2016年，川普和希拉里·克林顿的电视辩论因其激烈和紧张氛围而广受关注。3场辩论中，两位候选人围绕经济、移民、外交政策、种族问题等核心议题展开激烈交锋。川普批评希拉里在外交政策上的失败，特别是他在利比亚和叙利亚的处理，而希拉里则批评川普的言论和不稳定的政策立场。在一场激烈的总统辩论之后，一位市政厅参与者要求两位候选人说出他们彼此尊重并视为优点的东西。请看唐纳德、特朗普和希拉里·克林顿的回答。
We've sneaked in one more question, and it comes from Carl Becker.
Good evening. My question to both of you is, regardless of the current rhetoric, would either of you name one positive thing that you respect in one another?
Mr. Trump, would you like to go first?
Well, I certainly will, because I think that's a very fair and important question. Look, I respect his children. His children are incredibly able and devoted, and I think that says a lot about Donald. I don't agree with nearly anything else he says or does, but I do respect that. And I think that is something that as a mother and a grandmother is very important to me. So I believe that this election has become in part so conflict-oriented, so intense, because there's a lot at stake.
Oriented 是一个后缀，通常用来形容某事物或某人的倾向、目标、关注点或导向。它表示某物或某人具有某种特定的特质、兴趣或方向。例如 goal-oriented 目标导向的 She is very goal-oriented and works hard to achieve her objectives. 她非常注重目标，并为实现目标而努力工作。There's a lot at stake. 这个短语的意思是事关重大。例句 In this election, there's a lot at stake. 在这次选举中，事关重大。
This is not an ordinary time, and this is not an ordinary election. We are going to be choosing a president who will set policy for not just 4 or 8 years, but because of some of the important decisions we have to make here at home and around the world, from the Supreme Court to energy and so much else. And so there is a lot at stake. It's one of the most consequential elections that we've had. And that's why I've tried to put forth specific policies and plans, trying to get it off of the personal and put it on to what it is I want to do as president. And that's why I hope people will check on that for themselves so that they can see that, yes, I've spent 30 years, actually maybe a little more, working to help kids and families, and I want to take all that experience to the White House and do that every single day.
Mr. Trump.
Well, I consider her statement about my children to be a very nice compliment. I don't know if it was meant to be a compliment, but it is a great. I'm very proud of my children.
Meant to be 是一个常见的短语，意思是注定是这样的，注定要发生，或者某件事是有意图、目的或安排的。例句 I think we were meant to be together. 我觉得我们注定要在一起。I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. It wasn't meant to be that way. 我不是故意伤害你的感情的，事情本不该那样发生。
And they've done a wonderful job, and they've been wonderful, wonderful kids. So I consider that a compliment. I will say this about Hillary. She doesn't quit. She doesn't give up. I respect that. I tell it like it is. She's a fighter. I disagree with much of what she's fighting for. I do disagree with her judgment in many cases. But she does fight hard, and she doesn't quit, and she doesn't give up, and I consider that to be a very good trait.
Trait 是一个名词，意思是特质、特点或性格特质。例句 One of her best traits is her honesty. 她最好的个性特质之一是诚实。好了，以上就是我们今天的所有内容。 如果你喜欢我的内容，想要了解最新国际资讯或想要自我提升，欢迎订阅并打开小铃铛。我们下次再会。